Coming up, Santa Clarita, California becomes the next in a long list of tragedies. And later, the iconic Pentacrest tree fell a month ago, but find out what its replacement is.
Hey, Zach, do you smell that? It smells like bacon.
Nah, John, that's just Floyd chilling in Iowa City, pre-game in a few.
Well, there's no bacon over here, but if you've been hoping for a chance to put up your holiday decorations, this weekend looks great. Stay tuned for weather for more.
All that and more coming up on this Friday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Kate Overton. Yesterday morning, a California high school was struck by tragedy. Just after students were scheduled to start their first period classes, gunshots broke out at the center of campus. 2 students were killed and 4 others were injured, including the suspected shooter. Officials say that security footage shows the 16-year-old suspect pulling out a handgun before opening fire. According to Every Town for Gun Safety, a nonprofit support fund, this is the 85th incident this year. These incidents include accidental discharges as well as attacks at any school, ranging from daycares to college campuses. Earlier in the year, a thunderstorm toppled a beloved tree on the Pentacrest. The tree was a European larch that provided shade and a place for children to play for years. Yesterday, the University of Iowa successfully replaced the iconic tree with a new European larch. Andy Dahl, arborist for the University of Iowa, found the perfect replacement at a nursery in the Chicago area. The new tree stands around 20 feet tall and is estimated to be around 15 years old. The tree was chosen for its low-hanging branches that are similar to its predecessor. President Bruce Harold stated that the replacement tree is stronger than the old European larch, but has the same nostalgic quality, so it will fit right in at the Pentacrest. Well, I don't know if students will be sitting around the tree right now because things are getting cold, but for more on weather, we'll send it to Bailey in the weather studio.
Thanks, Cade. Things are finally warming up in Iowa City. This morning, you can leave your hat and gloves at home because temperatures will reach a high of 41. Skies will be partly cloudy throughout the day, and as you head home tonight, skies will remain partly cloudy and temperatures will drop to 25. Now let's take a look at our extended forecast. If you're going to watch the Hawkeyes take on the Golden Gophers on Saturday, you can leave your winter parka at home because temperatures will reach 41. Expect partly cloudy skies during the game, and temperatures that night will dip to a comfortable 31 degrees. If you're planning to put up your holiday decorations before another surprise snowfall, do it on Saturday because it's going to rain on Sunday. Temperatures will reach a high of 42 and a low of 28. Looking ahead to the start of next week, skies will be partly cloudy and temperatures will stay in the mid-40s on Monday and Tuesday. Plan to take advantage of the warmer weather Iowa City and spend some time outside. Back to you, Cade.
This weekend is Family Weekend at the University of Iowa. Students can invite their family to come visit them and take part in multiple different family activities the university has planned for them. Family Weekend is kicked off by an event called Duly Noted, where female duo performs hits from the 60s to today. The duo will be performing tonight at 7 p.m. at the Engelart Theater. Saturday is game day, which means that families can attend the Family Weekend tailgate located at the Fieldhouse. Saturday also brings in a family game night at the IMU and family-friendly movies playing in the Iowa and Illinois theaters. Make sure you spend some time with your family this weekend, and for more information on the event, check out parents.uiowa.edu. And this week's kid captain is soon-to-be 9-year-old Aubrey Buisson-Klusner. Aubrey's parents, Rachel and Jeff, first noticed something off when their daughter showed them a graph explaining that she was behind in development compared to her peers. Rachel and Jeff took Aubrey to multiple doctors but failed to get the answers they needed. They eventually turned to Iowa hospitals and clinics. The doctors looked at Aubrey and diagnosed her with ADHD, ODD, mixed receptive expressive language disorder, anxiety disorder, and speech sound disorder. Despite this, Aubrey still manages to live her life to the fullest. She loves to ride bikes and plans to become a veterinarian when she grows up. We can't wait to see her at tomorrow's football game. And speaking of tomorrow's football game, I think we have a little pre-game show, so we'll send it to John and Zach in the sports studio.
Hey, thanks, Cade. We know you wanted to be on this week's pregame show, but that ship has sailed. And just like Minnesota, we're rowing the boat without you.
But before we get into Iowa's showdown with number 8 ranked Minnesota, let's see how Iowa women's basketball fared against underrated, high-octane North Alabama squad.
They were tested for the first time this season last night as the Lions came ready to play.
Both teams started and finished the game hot. The Hawkeyes were led by their seniors Mackenzie Meyer and Kathleen Doyle. Meyer dropped 21 points along with 7 rebounds, and Doyle added 20 points of her own with 7 assists.
There were a few moments when the Hawks seemed like they were going to pull away, but the Lions kept fighting back. It came down to big second halves from Meyer and Doyle, along with some clutch late free throws to give the Hawks a 5-point win, 86-81.
Once I saw my first 3 go down, I was cold in the first game too, and then the first half I missed a 3, so I was just ready to see a 3 fall, and once I saw that lid come off the hoop, I felt a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, we knew they were a really good team coming in. I mean, they went into Vandy and beat Vandy the first game last year, so they're not going to back down to anybody. They're not going to be intimidated. When you have 5 seniors that have played as much time as they have, you know, they're not going to back down to anybody, and so that's exactly what we expected as far as that.
Next, the Hawkeyes will travel north to Cedar Falls to take on the UNI Panthers. Well, John, it's that time again for the pregame show.
Right you are, Zach. Iowa will face an undefeated 8th-ranked Minnesota team, and this game is going to be a huge test for the Hawks after coming off a tough loss at Wisconsin.
Well, head coach Kirk Ferentz knows the Golden Gophers rarely make mistakes and are dominant in all 3 phases of the ball.
And I think that the overriding impression is the big thing. They're not going to beat themselves. They play smart football. They're playing really good football. And, you know, so if you're going to beat them, you're going to have to really earn it. And for us, that's going to require us to play well in all 3 areas, certainly play as well as we have all season long. They don't beat themselves. A big part of that's the quarterback play. He's really done a good job. He's a young player, but he's not playing like a young player, and that's really impressive. And they've got good guys to throw it to, too, and that puts a lot of pressure on you. They've got a good run game and good pass game, so they're very balanced that way.
Speaking of that player, let's talk about the quarterback with 2 first names.
Who, Nate Stanley?
Yes, but no. Minnesota quarterback Tanner Morgan. Morgan has only 4 picks on the season and has thrown for over 2,000 yards with 21 touchdowns.
Along with their passing game, John, the Golden Gophers are putting work in on the ground. Minnesota's 3 running back set are averaging over 5.3 yards a unit. So it's safe to say the Hawksville defense will have their hands full.
He's very good on the RPO stuff, very good on his reads. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. I think he's only thrown like 4 picks this year. So, I mean, very, very smart dude, very yeah, he works well in the offense. He goes out there and gets done what he has to get done.
It will be critical for Iowa's defense to make their presence known early in this game. Minnesota has talented wide receivers and a very, very physical front 5 on the offensive line that's only allowed 1 sack in the last 4 games.
Sophomore Jaimin Colbert and senior Cedric Lattimore both know they will have their work cut out for them on defense.
This is the best receiving group that we've seen so far. I mean, I think we could all agree on it. Their productivity so far this year has been through the roof. They make some amazing plays out there, and yeah, credit to those guys. They've been getting it done this year.
They have big guys up front, big guys that can move well, you know, and they run their scheme well. They run everything they do well. So, you know, we got to be the little things. We have to be in our gaps. We have to be fighting every play, you know, swarming to the ball every play.
But really, when it comes down to it, this game will have to rely on Iowa's offense to be more aggressive, make plays, and score more touchdowns than they are field goals.
That's right, John. Iowa's offense will have to get creative and figure out different ways to get the ball into their playmakers' hands. And quarterback Nate Stanley knows that they will have to come out fast out of the gate.
So, you know, we just have to really push ourselves and know that, you know, we're playing to be the best we can be, and you know, we still have the opportunity to win 10 games this year. You know, that's a great accomplishment, and you know, that's one of our goals. And you know, to be able to do that, we have to come out and play extremely hard and physical and be totally prepared from the start.
Now, Zach, it's time for predictions. A lot of people think Iowa gets handed a loss here, and I concur. 27-17 Minnesota.
I agree with you, John. Cade, back to you at the desk.
Well, that's all we have for the Daily Iowan today, but we'll have more next week, so come back then. For the Daily Iowan, I'm Cade Overton. Have a great day, Iowa City.